All right, it is game time. It is quality time. Time to get this in. Time to see where these teams, where these drivers, where these cars are going to land. Welcome everybody into the live chat. If you haven't been here before, welcome into the Wolves qualifying, which is a sprint quali. We'll have I'm kind of debating if we're going to do the live chat qualifying today, of course, but I think we actually might pull it off. I think we might actually do it. I think today we might do the fans qualifying sprint quali as well as they're doing a sprint quali. Then we could do the fans qualifying tomorrow as they do the qualifying as well. Remember, teams to keep an eye on today, of course, main teams always Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes. I am going to keep an eye out for Williams to try to see where they land today, since they do have a moderately nice update package that came into the Belgian GP weekend. So we'll see how that also goes. Of course, we look to see McLaren at the top of those charts, and some people hope to see Ferrari at the top of those charts, which wouldn't be the largest surprise given that Lewis Hamilton has qualified and I believe won that sprint race in China. If he does it again here, that would be absolutely awesome to happen. But I don't know if we can contribute that to a catalyst saying that Ferrari's on their way. We've seen that before. We're really looking to see what's going to happen in real race pace, real race trim, real race qualifying opportunities. Big shout out to Sylvia Witt Kelly, first in the live chat, Miss Dino second, and Reezy. I do just call him R33, Z33. But Reezy, third to make that podium. So, yeah, I think we're going to do that. We got cars out on track right now. We have 9 minutes on that clock, and track temp is 39. Air temp is 22, and wind is 5.4 kilometers an hour due west. And it looks like we already got an unsafe release going on right now, reported by Lawson. Humpback in the fan. What's up, Humpback? What's going on? We got Humpback in here. Welcome our new family member, Humpback. Welcome our family member back. Humpback, how are you doing? Welcome in. Nice to see you. So yeah, let's go ahead and try to get our, let's try to get our live chat competition up here. Try to get our live chat competition up here. There it goes, live chat competition going in right now. Yeah, that's what we needed. We don't even need this anymore. That viewer ranking, we can get rid of that. Add the live chat competition in. Let's do that. I like the live chat competition. It's fun. It's good times. Live chat competition is good times. I like to see who's going to actually get in there and do what they need to do. Who's going to make it happen. Big shout out to you all. So right now in the comp, as it sits, we will do that. And we have, of course, up here, looks like we got Humpback right now first pulling up. That's crazy. Humpback comes in swinging. Let me find out, bro. You come back in here swinging like that? Jeez. Yes, we do have Humpback right now in a provisional first place for the live chat competition on the pole position. I will bring that into view every now and then, as we'll see right here. Let me go ahead and get the board set up properly. Just a little bit more there. And I'll bring it into view for you all to see. So, yes, right now we do have Humpback going in first. We have Sylvia Witt Kelly in second. And we have Tony Mack in third. Humpback leading with 50 points, 25 extra points over his competitors right there in the live chat competition for our sprint quali pole position. There we go right there. So right now on the real track, we got Hadjar right now leading that group. We got Bortoleto up there, and we got Ocon at the top. And the most un-American team car out there is Haas. We got Oliver Bearman coming over to fifth. We got Lim Lawson coming over to fourth. Also trying to see kind of where Lim's going to land. See what Lim's going to do, if he's going to keep improving. Is Hadjar going to keep leading that team? Also, we want to see Hadjar have a more improved race weekend. Couple rough opportunities, rough situations there for Hadjar. Want to see him kind of return back to his rookie performance form as we've got so glowingly about. Right now, we got both McLaren cars down in 7-8. We got Russell in 9th. We got Antonelli in 11th. If it's your first time kicking it with us, keep an eye and pay attention to that red area. That red area, of course, red meaning stop, red meaning danger. And that's what red means here. Red means that if you stay here and you remain here, by the end of that clock hitting 0, you will not continue on into SQ2, as we are not in Q qualifying series. We're in sprint qualifying series. You won't continue into SQ2. You will be dropped off, go back to the motorhome, go get you some early lunch, maybe early dinner, and that is it for you for the day. So that is what we got going on. Let me make sure I pay attention to our live chats. Incredible Fex Quest in the live chat says, don't think they're ready for quality. Oh, you don't. Yo, Incredible Fex Quest is talking shit. Bro, came in talking some competitive talk right there. Incredible Fex Quest has been a strong competitor in the live chat competition, taking it very commandingly before, looking forward. And as it sits right now, Incredible Facts Quest is leading by a commanding 125 points to Sylvia Wick Kelly and Miss Dino hopping in the competition at 75 points right now. This could get interesting for our own live chat competition for a quality session. Could be pretty crazy. You better get in there. Incredible Facts Quest is a ball. Oh, Kimmy Antonelli full spin into the kitty litter corner right there. He already mentioned that he was having some moments. He was having some drawbacks that he needed to improve upon, and I really like him taking that position of responsibility. Right now, we got the McLaren cars 1 and 2, George Russell 3rd, Hadjar 4th, Ferrari a gap between them, bringing another considerable update to Belgian GP, and don't know how that exactly is going to turn out. But we got Leclerc 5th, Hamilton 12th. If that stayed the same, Hamilton would be out. Russell would be in, Leclerc would be in, Sainz would be in, Albon would be into SQ2, but if he stayed in that situation, living by the skin of his teeth, and that's not somewhere you want to be. You really want to stay in the top 10 through all qualifying sessions. You really don't want to be dipping down into the bottom, the 15 and the 20. You really want to be top 10 all qualifying sessions, because that pretty much would say you are where you need to be throughout and where you will need to be later on. If you keep dipping back down in the lower half, 15, 20, 18, 17, it gets pretty concerning and pretty stressful for you then, because you don't know if you're going to be out soon or you're going to continue. Miss Dino in the super chat says, boy, bye. Y'all are getting real petty in there. Miss Dino says, boy, bye. And let's see what Miss Dino means by that. Miss Dino takes a commanding control as we are in SQ1 for this session. 175 points, 50-point jump on Incredible Facts Quest. As Sylvia Wick Kelly is sitting comfortably in 3rd. R33, Z33, my boy Reezy in 4th, and a tie with 5th. There is a 4-way tie for the 3rd position, but Sylvia Wick Kelly edges them out. 75-point 4-way tie. Sylvia Wick, Reezy, Mary Beanie, and Humpback all tie for that 3rd position. We'll see how that turns out. Yo, Miss Dino's like, boy, bye. I'm mad at that. I'm mad at that. That's that talk. Go ahead, Miss Dino. Tell them how you really feel. Tell them how you really feel. All right, chat, back to the action on track as we are creeping up on the 2-minute time mark. Pia, Verstappen, Norris, this is what you saw in free practice 1. This identical top 3 setup. Pia was leading. Verstappen split the McLarens. Norris came in 3rd. We're going to see if that's going to continue. Remember, Oscar coming here may indeed be a slapping. There's no think about it. Oscar's not happy about what happened. He's not happy about the penalty. He's not happy about the call. He's not happy about the results. Right here is Oscar's opportunity to not do it once, but twice in one race weekend, showing his dominance in the McLaren squad. Reezy up there says, Ferrari got my nerves bad right now. I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you. Ferrari should have your nerves bad right now. This is not looking good. Right now, Leclerc's 8th. Hamilton is in the drop zone right now at 16th. This is pretty much going back to what we saw when they brought the big update of 90+% of their car changing. Looks like we got a Haas in trouble, maybe not. But this is what we pretty much saw. We saw a lack of performance, big gaps between the two drivers, Lewis having to learn a car that he already had to learn, and now he's relearning a car again. So is Charles. And this is what I was afraid of. This is why I said I think that we got to keep in mind, Ferrari might be pedestrian the rest of the damn season. All right. And big shout out to Reezy, 35 months. Brother, you are 1 month out for 3 years solid. an OG in the Wolfpack family, an OG in the membership, an OG at Purple Badge. Big shout out to Reezy, man. 35 months, bro. You about to hit 3 years. This is what I'm talking about. Long time. Long time OG out here, chat. Long time OG. Yo, it's much love. I just love seeing those purple badges. Let's see what we got. Miss Dino is still leading #1 right now. Sylvia Wade Kelly still in a commanding 3rd right now. That is what we have going on. We will check that board again when the time hits 0 for SQ1. We'll see who is in the provisional sprint quality pole position lead. Right now, Miss Dino's leading that. And so we do have a 4-way split between the 3rd place. So we're going to see who's the top 3, but most of all, we're going to see who's top 1 by the time this live chat, this live podcast right here finishes up. All right, right there. Let's go. They're in the pits. I don't think they need to worry about coming out. Pia, Verstappen, Norris. Let's go ahead and take a break. Let's let the rest of them fight it out. They need to jog for position. Alonso right now is leading over Lance Stroll, which I am not surprised. Russell is leading over Antonelli, which I am not surprised. Hadjar is leading over Liam Lawson, which I am not surprised. A lot of non-surprises here. Sainz leading over Albon. A little bit surprised, but I'm actually kind of happy about that because Sainz needs a good weekend. He's had some tough times. Sainz has had some tough times. He needs a good weekend. I'd like to see him have a good weekend. I'd like to see Atlassian Williams return back to 2 cars in the points at the end of the race weekend. That'd be awesome. If they can go in and double up these points coming into, I think you got to be type 8. If we can see top 8 actually creep in with Williams, 2 cars, top 8, 2 cars, top 10, race weekend, that right there is a very nice restart back to the second half of their season. So let's see if they can make that happen. We'll go in right here, check the big board out as the time elapses right there. It is time to try to see where these drivers are ending up and where they're going to be. Yuki is another driver that we need to pay attention to. Yuki's another driver where I want to see him have a better race weekend. So I'm looking to see what Yuki's going to do. Time closes out right there. Let's see who is in the lead right now for SQ1. And at the end of SQ1, Miss Dino still 175 to 125, leading 50 points over Incredible Facts Quest. Sylvia Witt Kelly still holding on to that 4-way tie. The grandmother leading right here in 3rd. And Lewis Hamilton is off track. Lewis Hamilton is off track. Damn, yo. This is what it is, chat. This is what it is. You waited so long for this rear suspension because the rear end of this Ferrari has been indeed inconsistent. And right there, what you have is Hamilton off track. What you have is Leclerc in 8th. Remember, Leclerc said, I've been successful here, and if I'm not, he didn't say that, but pretty much putting it out there. If Leclerc's not successful here, it ain't him. And right there, we got Incredible Facts Quest said, Lewis is out. Mary Beanie says, guess, don't start something or I'll finish it. Laugh out loud. I'm 35 months on the 28th. I still believe in Lewis, and Uncle Paul got pinkies and Kleenex ready. Yo, y'all energy has been damn extra crazy all day today starting out. Yo, Sylvia Witt Kelly started us out early talking about clawing eyes out. At the end of SQ1, Miss Dino leads. Going into SQ2, we can see who's going to lead that. And going into SQ2 right now, Mary Beanie, holy smackaroos. Mary Beanie said going into SQ2, I am starting it out. Lewis Hamilton, a complete 360 pirouette spin, losing the rear end of that car. And it was going into that chicane area. That's kind of weird because you don't really see rear situations like that going into that section of the track. So that's even a little bit alarming, as unusual as it is. That's also alarming for the setup, but it also could be setup. They could maybe get that fixed. Mary Beanie taking a commanding, and I do mean commanding position at 425 points, 200 points over Incredible Facts Quest, several points over Miss Dino. And there is now still a 4-way tie for Sylvia Witt Kelly, but she is out of the top 3. That is Crazy right there. Mary Beanie must have hit nitrous or something. Mary Beanie had to hit nitrous. All right, so drivers out in SQ1. Lewis Hamilton is out. Antonelli is out. Colapinto is out. Hulk is out. Albon is out. That's an array of drivers that I'm surprised that are out right now. I'm really not terribly surprised about Lewis Hamilton because I already told you all where my stance is about Ferrari bringing these updates. Incredible Facts Quest in the Super Chat says, that doesn't mean that I'm done. I know that doesn't mean you're done at all. I know you are a fierce competitor, but Mary Beanie might have something to say about that today, man. She's standing up tall today. Mary Beanie looks like she's going to stand up tall today. We're going to see what happens. And do please remember, yes, all names and competitive attributes happening in the Super Chat are going in for the 2024 Topps Chrome box. We are looking to see if we can get an auto out of here. And remember, you're not splitting this box. Every pack, every card in here will be yours. We're not splitting teams. We're not hashing out teams. We're not doing first, second, and third. Whoever wins first, whoever is going to win that off the wheel, you're getting your name put in as many times. You're going to get the whole back box. We're going to rip it on the channel. If you want me to ship the box to you instead and you rip it in the privacy of your own home, that's fine too. But if you want us to rip it on the channel, we'll rip the box open, go through the cards, see what all you have, and then I will package up those cards and send them to you. Incredible Facts Quest says, but Lewis did complain about the rear end in practice. You're right. You're right about that, Incredible Facts Quest. There were some concerns about the rear end, even in free practice. And like I said, Ferrari bought the update that a lot of people have been waiting on. And I'm not surprised and I'm not alarmed because I kind of felt it was going to be a bit like this, bringing such a big update. And Lewis talked about it, bringing bulk loads of updates. Now they got to really try to figure that out. And now they got to try to figure it out fast. Lewis already mentioned he's in crunch time. He's aware of his time in the sport. He's aware of where he is in his career. His talent, his ability have not diminished to a point where we say he's washed, because he's not. Foolish people say he is. We already know Lewis is very competitive. He is wanting to win. He is wanting to restore Ferrari and driver championships. He does not want his career to be like the career of other drivers coming through Ferrari. It is 18 years. It will be 2 decades, not long from now, that Ferrari have not had a driver in the championship section. So he wants to change that. He doesn't want that to be him. He doesn't want that to be his career at Ferrari. Doesn't mean that it won't be. It means that he doesn't want it to be. And I believe Lewis will fight hard for it not to be. We got a new drop-off zone set, okay? Drop-off zone set right now. If it stayed like it is, Ocon, Lim Lawson, Yuki, Behrman, and Gasly would be out. And if Gasly goes out, all of Alpine is out. If Haas goes out in SQ2, all of Haas is out. And if Yuki goes out, I don't want to see Yuki go out. I really would like Yuki to have a better race weekend, but I'm telling you, that second Red Bull car is just unbelievably ridiculous. All right, it's unbelievably ridiculous. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. We're gonna have a good time here. We'll also recognize that also we talked about this earlier, and we'll go ahead and show this graphic now because it would seem that some people idiotly would forget where their own placements of drivers are. But Max Verstappen trying to see if he can actually win more than 3 races this season. Hopefully he can. He's only got 2 races right now for the season in a competitive car, which he should be able to finish higher and have more races wins in, but he doesn't. So we'll see what Max does here. We'll see if he can get that race win here in Spa, making some type of fortune change for himself and his team in Red Bull, which he is the captain of and should be able to take all of his knowledge and know-how to tell them how to build this car and modify this car and update this car to be competitively and just at the front of the charging lines. But he hasn't yet. I don't know if he will. And right now they're just firing people to make Max and his dad happy. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, he's getting his ass beat right now. At the top, though. He's getting beat at the top, though. Hey, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Plus, he's trying to jump ship. Max Verstappen's trying to jump ship and go somewhere else because things are getting tough. So it is also something to be said that what happens when things get tough for people? Do they actually stick around and make things happen, or do they jump ship like rats when the water comes in? Max might be a rat. Jump ship. We'll see. Maybe he does different. I don't know. What's going on in the live chat right now? We got Galactus, we got the Leon Son, we got Mary Beanie, we got BTG busting them guns in the live chat. Nice to see you back in here and getting active. Hopefully we see Nall Automane Tanny in the live chat this race weekend. It has been a definite pleasure to see her return back here. And as it sits right now for the competition, the live chat competition, provisional pole position right now belongs to Mary Beanie, sitting in first with a commanding 425 points, but there is a tie right now. 425. Incredible Facts Quest says, I am not done with you yet, Mary Beanie. You are in there first, so we are tied, and I am second. But Miss Dino might have something to say about that as time creeps along. She might try to bring about that pace in SQ3 and just turn it up to the max and take the SQ pole position. We will see what happens there. Yo, Miss Dino's, she woke up competitive today. She woke up competitive today. So as it sits right now, track conditions, 5.4 kilometers due north. Track temp 39.2, air temp 23, both up a tick. Humidity is at 60%. Do keep in mind here at Spa, the weather is a variable and it is definitely undecisive on what it wants to do. Rain, sun, all of that. We could be completely here now and then come up on race day and the rain just kick in and be absolutely crazy. Incredible Facts Quest in the super chat says, yeah, they're going through the tape right now and they're saying that it's definitely something going on with the rear. It's not Lewis. Big shout out. You know, I already knew it wasn't Lewis. Only foolish people would think that. It's clearly bringing this update in the rear of the car. Is it happy? Look at where Leclerc is. It's pretty much a reset of where they were when they changed 90% of the car. And Ferrari's got to do better. Okay, we've seen the drivers perform at circuits and when they are in a good position. And we've seen the drivers not be able to perform when they're in a bad position. So that is something that does happen. So let's check out the big chart and see. Track is now clear. Track is now clear. Now, as we are getting ready, the clock is reset for 10 minutes. We're going to look and see where we are in our live chat competition. Right now, holy smokes, goodness, damn gracious, Incredible Facts Quest takes it up an entire different notch, 675 point lead right there. That's 250 points over Mary Beanie. Mary Beanie is not out of it yet, 425 points. Miss Dino is fading kind of fast, kind of quick, but she still is in third. Sylvia Wick Kelly is only 100 points from third place if she wants to come up out of that four-way split. Actually, it's more than a four-way split. We got Sylvia Wick with 75. We got CJ with 75. We got Reezy with 75. We got Humpback with 75. We got Bust Them Guns at 75. And we got Galactus at 50. In the top 10 still, and the Leon Son closing off the top 10 at 50 points. So right there is our top 10, but our top 3 is really where you want to be. And Incredible Facts Quest is taking it up and turning it up another notch. Here it is, taking a little bit longer break, I think, than what we're accustomed to going into SQ2. 10 minutes, the track is clear. We should be off and running. Right now, we're going to see the drivers that pretty much hung it up early in SQ1 and rightfully so had the right to hang it up is Pia, Verstappen, and Norris. We're going to see where they are SQ2. See if they're going to be able to hang that up a little bit early as they're getting ready to try to prepare for SQ3, where they're going to try to establish their starting positions in the sprint race. And we'll see if they can make that happen. Like I told you, I think, and I and others think, and I think I want to poll this. I want to see where you are. I'm going to ask you a general question first, and then we'll nail down on some specifics. Lewis right now is doing an interview. Lewis is pissed. Lewis is pissed. Lewis is saying first time in his career he's had a rear lock like that. That's not good. That's not good. Lewis is not happy. Lewis is not happy at all. Listen, The mechanic Mercedes, it's good to have you in here, brother. Your commentary is definitely wanted. Let me tell you, Sylvia Wick, Mary Beanie, Miss Dino, Incredible Facts Quest have been they've been fighting in here. They've been going back. It's all with love. All with love they've been fighting, but they've been going at it in here. Right now, Mechanic Mercedes says, peace to the fam. This weekend is not good to find the optimal setup window for upgrades. You are exactly 100% correct. Bringing an update that big to a track where you're going to have a sprint format does not lend you to have optimal time to make adjustments. Mechanic is exactly correct. He goes on to say it will take some time for Ferrari to get it right. I'm with you, bro. I was saying that before you came in. Fully agree. Fully agree with you, brother. Mechanic Mercedes also says, I hate sprint. And to add on top of that, what he said, he hates sprint weekends. Let's see where that puts in credit. Let's see where that puts. Oh, whoa. We got somebody peeped into the top 3 that fast. The Philip King pops into the top 3 that fast. Oh, my goodness. Comes in and knocks off like that. Miss Dino is out of the top 3. We got some monsters right now fighting in the top 3. We got Incredible Facts Quest with a commanding 700 points. Mary Beanie getting into the mix in second with 425. And Philip King, the Mechanic Mercedes right now with 350. Mechanic Mercedes comes out of nowhere with a blast, a surge of pace to get in there. Mechanic Mercedes. Brother, how you come in like that and just get into the top 3 is like some Fast and the Furious when the shit was good type shit. You just think you're going to climb into the box? Yeah. Mechanic Mercedes says, yeah, I'm climbing into the box. Just like that. All right, we are back on track. 7 minutes and 29 seconds. Our new established drop-off zone is here. Right here, we see Ocon, Lawson, Sonoda, Behrman, and Gasly will be out if they continue on this type of trajectory. Hopefully they won't. Hopefully they can mix it up. Hopefully we can get Yuki over into the top 10 to get into SQ3, which would be a very good situation for him. A lot of cars still in the pits. McLarens are out on track. They're going to set the pace, they're going to set the standard, and then they're going to reset that standard once somebody else tries to jump up there. As we get into SQ2, things start getting a little bit more dicey. Although I think teams don't necessarily take, or drivers don't necessarily take this completely, utterly competitively, like 100% or serious. I think there's a little bit of, competitiveness left kind of in the tank here. But right now with the fight between the McLaren drivers, I think they're taking it a bit different than other drivers may right now on the grid. So back to what we just saw, Lewis Hamilton is not happy at all. He's not happy at all. And do you think they should change the sprint format? 86% of you all said yes. I am with that. We've talked about this several times. I think it should be an ongoing situation and conversation that then turns into something changing the format of the sprint race. But what do we know, right? What do we know? Okay, here we go. 6 minutes on the clock. On the clock, still Verstappen, Alonso, Russell, Hadjar, Stroll, Leclerc, Sainz, Bortoleto in the pitch right now. I think that with where they've been and where they are, I feel like they pretty much feel a little bit more comfortable leaving a little less time on the clock before they go out and setting some lap times. Incredible Facts Quest in the Super Chat says, I have to agree with Mechanic Mercedes. The sprint is a waste of time. They need to change the format. I agree, man. I said this earlier in the podcast. I agree. And Mechanic is also right about the time in which you have to adjust. And when you bring such a big update or moderately large update like Ferrari and Williams have, and I even think Aston Martin, there's not a lot of time to make those changes. But they have to just get in what they can get in. Mechanic Mercedes says, aiming for pole, should clear top 2 in no time. I have fresh sauce on and I can see Mary's gearbox. The shit talk is epic. The shit talk is epic this morning. Let's go, Mechanic Mercedes, with a whole race breakdown right there, brother. I love it. I absolutely love it. Sylvia Witt Kelly says, Mechanic Mercedes, me, you by the slide at 6 p.m. I got to be home by 1900. People's elbow to the throat. Bow, clack. Call, take the new spot. Oh, let's go. Hey, I told you, Sylvia Witt Kelly, she all about that park beat your ass talk. Park beat your ass talk. Trying to tell you. All right, let's take a look at that because we got 4 minutes left. Let's see who's leading in this sprint quali session right here. Let's see who's actually leading in this position because there is a lot of competitiveness going on right now. Incredible Facts Quest with 975 points. Mechanic Mercedes with 600 and Sylvia with Kelly back into the top 3, but tied with her bestie in third with 425. Who breaks that tie? I don't know, but we'll keep an eye on that. Let's go to what's really happening on track right now. Mechanic Mercedes coming in hot is wild, crazy, but we got McLaren's at the top right now. Lando leading over that, and I don't think any of you believe that Lando Norris can hold off Oscar Piastri in race trim. I don't think any of you believe that. I think that's why Oscar asked to let's set this back, reset this, and let's fight like men on track and see where we land. Although I still don't agree with him asking for that, but I completely understand why he did ask for it. So yeah, here we go. Ferrari, Leclerc is still out of the top 3, but he is in 4th. And Oscar I don't think he broke track limits. I don't think he broke track limits at all. Miss Dino in the super chat says, what is happening? There is a lot happening here right now. They are clawing at each other. It's like our family members at the cookout are getting into a family fight, push and shoving match right now, Miss Dino. But right now we got 2 minutes left on the clock. Mechanic Mercedes says, ha, they know I'm on fire. I want that chip. No, I'm taking that chip. This is what happened. This is what happened when you start with him. Y'all got to finish with him. You got to finish what you start when Mechanic Mercedes gets out here because he's no slump. He's no slouch. He's a fierce competitor. We all know Mechanic Mercedes is a fierce competitor and a trash talker. We know this. He has come into the live chat with ill intentions of grabbing that pole position from Incredible Facts Quest. And I don't know where he is right now, but we're about to take a peek. We're about to take a peek and see where Mechanic Mercedes is in relations to Incredible Facts Quest. He is not far off, 975 to 850. Sylvia Wick Kelly and her bestie still tied for third, but Sylvia Wick is in there because she got to 425 first. But the top 2 are right now about to have a battle. Sylvia Wick Kelly is going to kick somebody in the shin. Somebody's getting kicked in the shin for that. All right. Here it is right here. Verstappen taking quali sprint pole position. Leclerc in second, and the McLaren boys falling to third and fourth. Ooh-wee. Finding 2/10 somewhere is Max Verstappen to go to the top of the charts. He would like to try to get as many points as he could here. I also said that Verstappen is trying to get a race win here, trying to reset for the second part of the season to see if he can get maybe 2 more race wins before the season ends, making it 4 altogether to equal his championship number, but not getting the driver's championship. But if he does do more than that, I've already gone on record and said, I'll give him more credit than I've ever given him for a driver's championship this season. All right. So there we go. Leclerc, Pia right there to third. We still got a minute on the clock. We're only in SQ2. If everything continues the way it is, you'll have Bortoleto out. You have Ocon out, Lawson out, Behrman out, and Gasly out. Mary Beanie in the super chat says right here, Mary Beanie, I got you right here. Mary Beanie says, oh no, Mechanic, stay in your lane. Remember who I am and do not forget it. Me and my sister are a double team. You come for one, then you get both of us. Love you. Peace. So she says, you come out here, you're gonna get the claws. She's saying you're gonna get these paws, Mechanic. Mechanic Mercedes says, gotta pit for new mediums. That's a hell of a response, bro. He said the warning by Mary Beanie is gonna cause me to pit for new mediums. All right, chat, here we go. We got Verstappen leading into SQ2, about to close it out at the top of the charts. Leclerc looking to try to say something about that. I know McLaren is looking to say something about that. I'm pretty sure they want to be dominant through the Hadjar. Let's go, Hadjar, into the top 3 at the Racing Bulls, and Lim Lawson joins him over there to hopefully get out of SQ2 into SQ3. Both Racing Bulls. Let's go while they're losing parts of their team, looking like they're trying to find parts of pace here through the track. Incredible Facts Quest in the super chat says, what's happening, Miss Dino? Is that you behind us? Oh, Miss Dino, you gonna stand for that? Yo, he's asking, is that you in the distance? You said, boy, bye. And now he like, girl, get out of here. Sylvia Wick Kelly says, mechanic put you in a chokehold and scream like a girl. Kisses. Y'all killing me right now with this shit. All right, so the clock is zeroed out right now. We got our live chat pole position competition going on as we're out of SQ2. We are also out of SQ2. And right there, we still got Verstappen leading at the top of those charts, all right? We got Ocon in third, though. Bortoleto in fourth. Let's go. Rookies picking it up. Gasly fifth. Behrman sixth. This is wild crazy. It's Lando Norris about to be out. It cannot be. Lando Norris over to the top of the charts, kicking Max Verstappen down to second. But that was still nice to see while it was there. Who is also going to change this? Mechanic Mercedes says all in on new mediums and gear 8. Let's freaking go. Yo, this is going crazy right now. Where is this going to be? Damn, Pia's in the pits at 10. Pia is at the pits in 10. What the hell is up with that? Yo, that's wild crazy. That is wild crazy. Do you see who we have going into SQ3, people? Do you see who we have going into SQ3? Ocon, Bortoleto, Gasly, Behrman, Sainz, and Hadjar? Yo, I'm loving that. I'm loving that. That right there is exciting. Welcome to SQ3, gentlemen. I wish I could say gentlemen and ladies, but the sport of Formula One hasn't caught up to diversifying the grid. But here we go right here. Let's see who took top of the charts, closing out SQ2. And that is Mechanic Mercedes with 1,350 points. Incredible Facts Quest with 1225. And Sylvia Wick Kelly says, I ain't splitting third place with no damn body. Even my bestie, 850 over Mary Beanie, 750. And as it sits, the bottom 15, the bottom 5 will be out. So who is out at SQ2? It is Still We Rise is out. Tony Mack is out. Randy is out. Only True is definitely out. The Leon son is out. Galactus into SQ3 by the skin of his chinny chin chin. 50 points. Bust them guns in the SQ3. Humpback in the SQ3. Reezy is in the SQ3. CJ is in the SQ3. Miss Dino is in the SQ3. Mary Beanie is in the SQ3. But the top 3 are commandingly running away with the live chat competition. My goodness. Oh, my goodness. Miss Dino, it's a long way to go. You talked a lot of crap to Incredible Facts Quest. I'm just trying to see where you're going to finish with that, missus. Just trying to see where you're going to be with that. Mary Beanie, you ain't out of it yet, but you got to go against your bestie to crawl into that top 3. It's not over yet. The clock is at 0. We are getting ready to set the stage. It is over and done for who is going to drop off. The top 10 will find out and sort their packing order. I am a bit shocked as Piastri is in 10th. That's crazy work. That's too close for comfort there. You know, he's got something's going on there. We're going to see what happens there. Lando Norris takes it out toward the pole position. I know for sure Oscar Piastri does not want to finish there. Points right now matter between he and Lando right now for the Drivers' Championship. He can't let Lando get away with those points and him get nothing, because believe me, the top 8 are all who are rewarded there. And I'm pleased. I'm actually pleased to see Bortoleto and Behrman and Hadjar into SQ3. I'm pleased. I really am liking that. That's really cool to me. All right, we got more super chats going on right here. No, I'm locked in. Let's fucking go. Mechanic Mercedes says SQ3 is going to be mine, and I'm going to have sprint quality pole position. Let's go, bro. Make it so. Make it happen. Mary Beanie is saying, go Hadjar. Mechanic, you know I'm always ready to get down. And Quest, hush your mouth against Miss Dino. You are in my sights as well. As Mechanic, be nice, boys, okay? Yo, this confrontational talk by Mary Beanie, Sylvia Wick, and Mechanic Mercedes is classic. This is classic. This is how you want to start your day. This is what makes sprint quali fun. They do. All right. Miss Dino says still alive. Just simply put, I'm still alive. I'm still working. I'm still working it out. All right. Big shout out to Miss Dino. She says, I ain't dead yet. I ain't going. It's not over. We still got SQ3 to go. I'm still here. Mechanic Mercedes says, how many more laps left? Because I got more in the tank, full throttle. Hey, he said he wide open. He said he what? As we say in the race world, what? He got that watt action. He got that watt action. Mary Beanie says, am watching, boys. My eyes are on you. Saying about her eyes is out here on y'all. All right, we got 0 seconds on clock. Clock's not been reset yet. We still are going into SQ3. Lando Norris taking that position. We got, you know what? I wouldn't be mad. I want Pia to come up. I really, really do. I do want Pia to come up. But I just got to say, I like it because it's mixed, right? We got a McLaren, we got a Red Bull, and we got a Ferrari. All different power units, different teams, different drivers. I'm not mad at the top three if it starts like this, but I don't want to see Piastri where he is. I really don't. I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool with that at all. I need Piastri to bring that up. Pump up the volume, okay? I need you to bring it up. We know you got the car. We know you got the ability. We know you got the talent. Piastri 10th is not where you should be, and I do not want to see you there at the first two laps that you set for SQ3. I need to see you come right out of the dirt into the top, clean air. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to say, yo, this is not the only and last competition. Let's just take a peek at who's starting where for SQ3. Let's just take a peek at that, if you don't mind. And if we look at who's starting where for SQ3, Mechanic Mercedes is not bullshitting with y'all. 2,100 points. Incredible Facts Quest, I don't know what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, but 1,325 points. And Mary Beanie, oh my gosh. Mary Beanie with 1,275, putting an elbow to her sis to knock her back while she's trying to climb up the charts and bring the fight to Incredible Facts Quest and Mechanic Mercedes, who is on fresh mediums. All right. Big shout out. Yo, Miss Dino falling to 5th place. Randy, and anything below 5th place is completely out of the scope. Completely out of the scope right now. Completely out. All right. We're still waiting for them to reset this track. Reset the clock. The track is clear. We are looking at winds did tick up quite a bit. 9 kilometers an hour due north. Track temps floating around the same, 38 and 22 points Celsius for air. We did get humidity to kick up another 3 ticks, 63% as it was 60% a while ago. So we already know what we can expect here in Spa, that it could be a rainfall immediately, all right? Gasly is just all over the radio with all types of heavy breathing and just who the hell knows what he's saying. I'm very glad his engineer told him to catch his damn breath. Like, you need to chill out, bro. I don't even understand what the hell you're talking about right now. Chill out. Like, just gather yourself right now. Alpine with Gasly is in 6th. Gasly's trying to make something happen there. Hadjar. I think Hadjar can. I'm wondering if Hadjar can get in the top 5. I'm wondering if Hadjar can get in the top 5. All right. I'm just wondering if he can. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and check out these super chats right here, right now. Let's put a poll up. We need to put a poll up. Who you got for SQ3? Who you got for sprint pole? I just got to say, I got to put, 2 spots are occupied. 2 spots were occupied. And we just got to make sure. Mechanic Mercedes said, I'm in the DRS. Incredible Facts Quest said, Russell is out. Russell is, and Russell might be out of a job, Incredible Facts Quest, when you think about it, huh? Might be kind of out of a job, too. But this year, I think 2026, he's going to be just fine. Mechanic Mercedes says, I think I hit a chicane too hard. Y'all are funny as shit. He said, I think I hit a chicane too hard. Big shout out. So who you got for sprint pole? 2 spots are going to be filled with, and Sylvia Witt Kelly, big shout out. Thank you for that. Sylvia Witt Kelly. Let's see who we got. Pia and Norris kind of have to go in. So we're going to split the other 2 positions or other 2 options with Verstappen. And I think it's only fair that we put Leclerc in there. It kind of makes it a little easy right there. So who you got for a sprint poll? Go ahead. Poll in the chat. Vote on it. Don't dance on it. If you dance on it, make sure you get $1 for your dance. All right. Make sure you get $1 for twerking. All right. We finally got a reset. Clock's at 8 minutes. Okay. And right now, going into SQ3, let's just take a peek at who is leading. And it still is Mechanic Mercedes with 2,200 points. Incredible Facts Quest in a kind of a gapping position right now in second with 1,325. And Mary Beanie coming out of like bad out of hell with 1,275 to crawl into the top 3. Big shout out to Mary Beanie making that happen. You ain't playing around. She's trying to compete today. Mary Beanie says, I'm competing today. I ain't playing around with you boys. I'm serious out here. And this is what we might see if we had a woman in the Formula One. We might could see more competitive driving and racing if, you know, some male chauvinistic ways we get out of the way and actually support the women with these sponsorship dollars so they can get to see. And we've already talked about that too. I had a podcast about that. I think that format needs to change in Formula One because I believe that only a lot of financial driven reasons are a catalyst to why we're not seeing some probably great drivers in the sport of Formula One that we would see if this wasn't the case. I think that we've been robbed of a lot of talent that could lead to awesome racing events week in and week out because of financial barriers. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying completely remove them, but I'm just saying we probably should rethink that. We got Miss Dino in the super chat. Miss Dino says, my drink system is not my drink system is not working. DNF, I can't carry on like this. Harsh work conditions. I can't carry on like this. Y'all are funny as shit. Yo, y'all are getting I'm getting sore right here. I can't even be, I really shouldn't be laughing this much, but y'all are ridiculously funny right now. All right, so as we look at everybody that fell off, all of Aston Martin is out. Considerable amount of updates. Alonso's out, although leading Stroll. Stroll is out, although we expect that very much. Yuki is out, Lawson's out. So I kind of felt more coming from them, but not so much. Hadjar is in, and he's established that he is a very good driver as a rookie. Sainz is in, which Sainz needs a good race weekend, as he's complained several times. So it's good to see Sainz in the top 10. And Bortoleto and Behrman are the big ultimate surprises here. Bortoleto and Behrman, and really what's even more of a surprise than that is Haas altogether, as they pirouetted before, are in the SQ3. So that's pretty cool. They can't go any lower than 10th right now. We don't know what can happen for the sprint race. They could fall lower than that, but as of right now, they're doing their thing. Mary Beatty, Mary Beatty crawls into second place by that pole position check right there. Mechanic and Quest, you mess with the UK Northern girls? Are you out of your mind? I added that, Mary Bean, if you don't mind. Are you out of your mind? Incredible Facts Quest comes back and say, I'm going to have to back down and let the big dogs take it. Oh, no. Incredible Facts Quest says he's going to have to back down as we are going into the final portions of SQ3, and the clock has been running. We got almost 2 minutes running off the clock, and nobody is out on track yet. All drivers are still in the pits. We got less time going right here, and these drivers don't even have a single RPM built up. The power units aren't even cranked up. They're just sitting and waiting. Sitting and waiting. I don't know about you all. I might actually take the opportunity as humidity is trying to kick up to 64%. I might try to take that opportunity while nobody's out on track and get good, free, clean air, although you don't get to slip, you don't get a tow. You don't have, and I don't think necessarily traffic is a big concern here, but I'm trying to go out at least real quick, see what we got going on, and then maybe come back into the pits before everybody else goes out, and then get another second half running. And big shout out to South Africa in the house, as I was looking at Cape Town as a destination of whenever I do get myself right and get back together where I can really travel. I was looking at Cape Town as a destination to visit my motherland. I'm just keeping it a buck. Was looking at Cape Town this morning, for real. So big shout out seeing that South African flag in here. All right, chat. So we got 5 minutes going off the clock. Nobody's busting a grape. No RPMs are built up. We still just sitting here waiting. They're still sitting there waiting. This is gonna be like a one-shot shootout. This is what, one lap shootout. This is where they got going on here. So yeah, I guess we're just sitting and waiting. But as we're waiting, let's take a peek into when we get into the final SQ3 session where our competitors are. And right now, Mechanic is 2,200 points in. Incredible Facts Quest is still in second with 1,575 points. And Mary Beanie is gaining on Incredible Facts Quest for that second position with 1,425. So Mary Beanie's turning it up a notch. She doesn't have far to go to get that second spot. And then when she gets that second spot, it's just a moderate amount of distance before she can get into DRS with Mechanic Mercedes and maybe grab the SQ competition pole position. Sylvia Witt Kelly is sitting down at 850. Miss Dino, her drink system is not working. She's sitting down at 625. Everybody behind them, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th are so far behind. It's not even funny. It's like they're in the parking lot. We're still waiting. 4 minutes now on the clock. We finally got some RPMs beat up. Finally got people getting ready to head out to get into line so they can get out on track. Track has been clear, so they just need to go out. Looks like McLaren is about ready to drop that car and let Lando pull out, let Oscar pull out. So yeah, let's get it in. Let's pop tall. It's time to go. This is where everything needs to stick to the wall. This is where you got to drop your balls. All right. If you're gonna drop your balls, you drop them in the Q3. You drop them in SQ3. Okay, sprint race will be tomorrow, and then qualifying will also be tomorrow. So, yes, it's like this is going to be like 3 minutes of chaos. This is chaos right here. I don't know if this was the best format for all teams to fall into. I would have gone out for at least a couple of laps and then came back in, get some changes maybe done if needed, and then gone back out with them. I'm not sure if this is the best, but they're on softs. So maybe I'm wrong for saying what I'm saying, but I'm not wrong. It's just my opinion. In my opinion, I think I would have went out on track for at least a couple of laps, came back in, try to see where that time was, get a nice time up there on that second or third push, came back in with plenty of time left on the clock, get jacked up, roll back in, let's make some changes, talk about it, and went back out with them. So we'll see how this is going to work out. Bortoletto right now creeping up to 5. None of this really matters. It's all kind of just set the pace laps, get the car, everything in operational 10th position. So it is what it is. 2 minutes right now on the clock, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock right here. If you're watching on TV, you're probably about a minute or 30 seconds behind where I am. I have been trying to kind of get it adjusted for the latency to kind of match what you see on TV. Of course, all of us across the world might be different times viewing this. Some people seeing it before other people see it. Me seeing some of the things on the graph before you see it on the TV. But either way it goes, we're going to make it all tie together and come together. Right now, it looks like the pole position fight is going to be between Lando, Verstappen, and Leclerc. Don't forget about Pia. He is in 10th, but he is definitely going to go out here and change that immediately. I'm pretty sure he's going to change that immediately. Yeah, Piastri's definitely got to push this out. Nothing like having a time deleted. I'm not sure that time deletion was exactly right. I was looking at the onboard. It didn't seem like everything came off track, but this is probably just going to push Piastri. Hopefully he doesn't drive mad, because sometimes people drive mad, drive bad. There goes Pia, top 3. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Pia. Let's go, Pia. Leclerc taking it back over from Pia, not letting it go easy. They don't have a lot of time here. There's not a lot of time here. Sainz pulling up to the top 5. I see you, Sainz. I see you, Sainz. I see you. See what we got right here. Live chat, super chat right here. Incredible Facts Quest was the last one saying he's going to let the big dogs have it. Sitting down, chilling right now. In that poll, 58% of you said Pia should have pole position. We're going to see if that is the case there. 40 seconds left on this clock. Pia is only in 7th. What the hell is happening? Mary Beanie with the crap talk right there, the sticker. Pew, pew, pew. Celebrating your 10th super chat of the live stream, Mary Beanie. Yo. Bortoletto up to 5th. Ocon at 4th. This is a little bit wild. Piastri does not have a lot of time. Oh my gosh, Hadjar pushes Piastri to 10th. What the hell is going on? What is going on with Pia, yo? These are precious points he needs to get in order to keep fighting and stay out in front of Lando Norris. This is kind of crazy. There's 0 time on the clock. Boom! Max Verstappen battling out with Lando. Grabs the sprint quali pole position. He's going to need those points to fight in the driver's championship battle. Oh, Pia! Pia, let's go! Let's go! Piastri into sprint quali pole position. Is it going to stick? Is it going to stick? Crazy work. Sainz up to 5th, Leclerc 4th, Lando 3rd. Verstappen 2nd. Let's go. Ocon in 5th, Sainz in 6th, Hadjar 10th. Yo, bada bing, bada boom. Yo, Pia coming back with a vengeance. With a vengeance, yo. Making that shit happen. Let's go, Pia. Let's take a look at our sprint competition in the live chat. Ooh-wee. Right now, as it comes down, Mechanic Mercedes looks like he's taking sprint quali pole position with 2,200 points. Incredible Facts Quest dials back, just coast in at 1,575. And Mary Beanie, 50 points off from 2nd place. That was a commendable battle in the live chat. Mary Beanie did not lay down today. She stood up, stood tall, and got into the top 3. Congratulations, Mary Beanie, top 3, but Mechanic Mercedes takes the pole position. Big shout out to Mechanic Mercedes. Big shout out to Incredible Facts Quest. Big shout out. Let's give our top five, and even our top 10 a little bit of recognition. Mechanic Mercedes walks away with pole. Incredible Facts Quest in 2nd. Mary Beanie in 3rd. Not leaving no chumps to be undiscovered. Sylvia Wick in a nice 4th. Miss Dino in 5th. Ranny in 6th. CJ in 7th. Reezy in 8th, Humpback in 9th, and Jose right there in 10th. Congratulations, you all. Way to get in there and compete. Way to get in there and compete. Yo, but Pia taking pole position. Let's get it. Let's get it. Now, question is, tomorrow, is Lando going to go light and start shining the shoes of Max Verstappen, as this will be the last season probably for them to be gold? Or is he going to get in there and try to fight Max for that 2nd position, putting some pressure on Max so he just can't focus on Oscar? What is Lando going to do? We all know Lando typically starts off slow, kind of like Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, he has bad starts. He doesn't start the race well, and he usually gives it up easy to Max Verstappen. Double negative there. Unlike the math that you would think PEMDAS, it is not going to turn a double negative multiplied into a positive. That's just more negative. He's going to have to show something different there. Max Verstappen is going to do what he does. He's going to fight unfairly. He's going to fight strong. He's going to fight hard. He's going to drive good. He's going to try not to make as many mistakes as he can. That is what Max Verstappen does do. And Miss Dino in the super chat says, that was fun. You all are awesome. No, Miss Dino, you all are awesome, and you are extra awesome for your DNF play out with the drinking system. Way to go. Way to go. Way not to blame your team for a mechanical failure, but just a life support failure there. And we got Oscar Piastri in sprint quali. We're going to see how this sprint race shakes out tomorrow. Oscar Piastri is not going to lay down easy. He's not going to let it go easy. Oscar Piastri wants to get in here and make some things happen. I'm pretty sure he wants to win the sprint race. He wants to win the real race. He wants to capitalize off these points and put more of a gap between he and Max Verstappen, but not only that, more of a gap between he and Lando Norris, because he is going to try to say. This is not a Lando era. This is Oscar Piastri's time. And Zach Brown, shame on you for saying anything different. We are out of here. We are out for Sprint Quality. We will see you tomorrow for the real quality. We will watch the sprint race tomorrow, and we will be in the Wolves' Den this weekend. Peace. I'm out. And Mary Beanie, I did not miss your sticker. I saw the crap sticker. I acknowledged your crap sticker, and I also acknowledged that it's your 10th super chat of the live stream. I did not. I did mention you, and I did acknowledge you for sure. Sylvia Wick Kelly says, I'm glad to see you looking healthy. Jay, Sylvia Wick Kelly, I'm glad to be steadily improving, and I'm hoping to continue to improve. But I have to come back as Mary Beanie called me out, and she was wrong about that. I did acknowledge your crap poo-poo sticker because I liked it. All right, chat, we're out. Peace.